Welcome to another edition of Dave's Workshop Interview Sessions. Today I have with me Isaiah. Welcome. We'll start off by just telling us about yourself.
I just got out of high school last year. It must have been 2 years ago, maybe. What was it? It must have been last year. And I actually got into electrical through the STEP program. I was in BCIT. When I was getting to the end of my course, I didn't think I was going to get a job. And then, I got into the STEP program and they helped me get my tools. And I was working, and I've been working since February, actually, till up until last week, where I got a little bit of a cold and have been off work since then.
Nice. So you said you're hired as an electrician.
Yeah.
Was that your first choice going through or coming out of high school, and what influenced your choice or change?
Well, I actually switched to RSS, which provided this electrical program, because I thought about what did I want to do. I'm a hands-on learner, and I like to be moving around a lot. I don't like to be sitting down for a long period of time. I like a little bit of problem solving. So it was the best and probably most convenient thing for me to go into at high school. So
you went to RSS, and so you took the electrical foundation program, and that was a partnership with BCIT. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that. You sort of figured out. You wanted to have that hands-on experience, and that's sort of your learning style. But another key thing you said there is that problem solving, and that's what I've enjoyed about the trades mostly throughout my career. Is there's always something, right, that you're trying to solve and
exactly. It's not a cookie cutter job, right? Like, it's not somewhere where you go and you have to do this a certain way or you have to do that. You can work around things, do your own problem solving. This doesn't work this way, you got to figure it out another way, right? I like that kind of stuff.
Awesome. So part of our some of the things we do, one of the programs that we offer is we actually run a showcase type events, and we have help students connect with employers while they're still in school. And you were involved in one of our meet and greets, and just wondering, if that had any impact on you, if that helped you out, or tell us a bit about your experience with the meet and greet, I guess it was.
With the meet and greet, right? Okay, so personally, I'm a little bit introverted. I was like a little bit shy. I hadn't really finished the course yet. I wasn't actually sure I could finish the course, which I did. It didn't, for me, I know a lot of other people actually, they did enjoy it, but personally, I found it a little overwhelming in the situation I was in. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, that was my personal opinion of it.
I think what really helped when we ran that meet and greet was some of the teachers were involved with the career planning. Actually came and got you guys and said, okay, guys, we have to go and introduce yourselves to the employers and whatnot. And the employers are the same way, right? Everybody's sort of shy if they're not in their own environment, whatever. So whatever. That's and that's what we're looking for, is your take on some of the things we do, and I'm just glad that that you decided to push forward. I know your instructor well in the program he runs, and like you said, you weren't sure if you're going to get through. It's a tough program, but it's quite thorough, and I'm sure your employer appreciates that that some of that basic training that you got before coming to the workforce. So you mentioned you're working right out of high school. That's awesome. You had a bit of assistance through the STEP program, which is the Skills Trade Employment Program. Now you're working with, was it Mosey Electric? Is that?
Maisie Electric. Yeah.
Maisie, okay. So what was the Tell us about the first days on the job.
The first days? Okay, well, my first construction experience ever was actually, I think I was like 15, and I worked like a small renovation job just as a laborer across from Rutland Secondary here, just as a laborer, right? So not electrical or anything. But definitely getting onto that site was a big step. Like, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, right? It's your first job in the trades. I'm like, oh, what's my foreman going to be like? And it was very relaxed. Everyone was super nice. The crew was really small when I started. I was actually the fourth guy. And so there was 2 journeymen and 2 apprentices, and they, showed me the ropes and just went from there. Now we're a crew of 20 people, actually.
And how are you finding that?
It's actually, it's nice not necessarily being the new guy all the time, because I just been there the whole time. So,
It's nice that you're going in there with your own toolbox type of thing. Some of the skills you've learned, so you're not
exactly
totally in that, eh? So
yeah,
it's cool that you said you're on site at 15, and I think that's what everybody needs to experience, right? To see whether or not that's what you want to do, right? And like I said, you're quite aware of, man, I like this. I like doing things and keeping busy, and it sort of opened your eyes to it's not as scary as everybody thinks, right? Just go and try it. If you don't like it, then move on to something else, eh? But
exactly.
no, I'm happy for you. That's and that's what we try to do is create more opportunities for younger people to just whether it's a job shadow or a work experience component of their program, just to go out there and try it. And because as you know, there's a major shortage of skilled workers, and the opportunities are incredible for young people like yourself to conquer the world, man. It's it's cool.
Trades are great.
So tell us a bit more about the learning training process. You mentioned you took the foundation program, the electrical foundation program while you're still in high school. So now what? Does it stop there, or are you involved in apprenticeship? Is there more schooling coming or training or?
Well, yeah. So I did the 40-week program, so that got me my level 1, and after I get a lot of my my work hours here at Maisie, I'm planning on going back to level 2.
So you worked for a year, go back to school for 6-7 weeks, and then
something like that.
Your apprenticeship and
I think it's 10 weeks of schooling. I'm planning on going back to the college here. I'm getting near to I'm actually second year now because I have my hours. Right. So when I go back to school and I hopefully have my hours, I can get out of school and be third year if everything goes as planned.
So you're working under licensed journeyman, learning the ropes, and you're getting paid while you're learning. So that's a pretty sweet gig.
Of course, I love it. That's one of the best parts.
Yeah, nice, eh? You're not piling up the debt, going to school, and I think, like I said, the key is you found something that so far you enjoy, and obviously it's challenging you because I can see that. How happy you are of what you're doing, and that's pretty exciting stuff, man. That's the key, right? Find something you enjoy, and you're in a good trade. I mean, it's a very challenging. That you got to be up in your math skills, but just keep plugging through and getting that ticket, and then it opens a lot more doors. Eh? So
I actually really do enjoy the trade. I mean, just like the whole way it works. Like, I mean, I feel like a step ahead of half the kids that are, coming out of high school right now, especially because I did start halfway through my grade 12 year. I'm seeing a lot of people like, they're just working, right? But not necessarily like, I feel like I actually have like a career now. Like I know kind of have an idea of where I'm going, right? Like, I mean, I'm not working at like, fast food, or I kind of have like a direction, right? Which is really nice.
I think it's a misconception, especially young people. They think, I don't know if I want to do that the rest of my life. It has nothing to do with the rest of your life. It's about right now. If you stick with it, get your ticket, then whatever. It just opens so many doors. You can go, beyond that, whether you want to stay in there as a supervisor or just, get into specialize in different parts of the trade or project management. It's just, it's, and like I said, you're in a good trade. It's one of the higher paying trades too,
Yep.
which is sweet. You have to work for it. You have to prove yourself and continue learning and cool stuff.
Work my
So
way up.
who was your biggest influence and what inspires you now?
My biggest influence. I don't know. I don't necessarily have an influence, I would say. I do look up to some of my foremen, or one of my foremen. He's just kind of been giving me giving me advice on like little things, even if it's not electrical, like just advice on things like financially and, moving forward in life, like where I want, setting goals and everything like that. Right. But other than that, I think I really just tried to push myself through this stuff. Especially with my the course. Like I said, I almost didn't think I was going to finish the course because I did push a lot of stuff off and I procrastinated, but I ended up pulling it all together for the last little bit of school there.
That's a nice thing about some of these youth apprenticeship programs, that you can actually, like yourself, start while you're in high school. And and you mentioned you took it halfway through grade 12, so obviously you're getting high school credits for taking the trades program also. Which, it's a double whammy. It's you're getting credits, plus you're getting you mentioned you got your first year apprenticeship training and some hours towards that. So like you said, it's a big jump start for someone that doesn't have that, and you're already in making some decent money, and you're going to get your raises as you further on in your.
I do really like how your hours always are going somewhere, right? Even when COVID hit, actually, I wasn't affected by it obviously affected everything. Needed to be higher regulations and all that.
Change things a bit,
but other than that, I have just been working the whole time. And if I did want to take off time, I had to realize that that's really affecting me, because an apprenticeship is really just the experience, the hours that you're getting from that, right? So me taking off at a time like that would really just have not been beneficial, I was thinking. So I just been working this whole time.
Yeah, I especially in the Okanagan here, actually throughout BC, really the trades people have worked right through it. Like you said, there's been a bit of change and maybe a bit of slowdown, but when you're in the trades, you're keeping your distance. You're working, even though you might have a partner, but you can keep the safe distance and follow the protocol of that's given for the the COVID pandemic. But it's people, that's a big question for people. Well, how secure is it? Well, you worked right through it, and there's a lot of work. You're going to continue working. So that's pretty sweet. So you're going to get your hours in quicker and get to move forward.
Liking it.
Okay, so what message or advice? You've already shared some, but some advice for young people considering whether to go into the trades or not.
Okay, so I would definitely recommend, it's, the course is, you're starting in high school. It's not, well, at least the course I took, you don't have anything to lose. You have a solid job. You're getting stable hours that are working towards something. My younger brother, actually, he's, I think he must be in grade 9. He's a lot of a hands-on learner like me. He likes to work with his hands a lot. He doesn't like to be sitting still. If you're like that and you like problem solving, I think it's everyone who's like that should definitely give it a try. There's really nowhere you can go wrong. If you really don't like it, that's one thing, but it's definitely something to give a chance. Right
on. I like your what you said there. You have nothing to lose. You only have to gain by it, right? If you get some of this experience, you may not do it the rest of your life, but all the things you're learning now, you're going to have the rest of your life. those skills to be able to transfer to other trades or just everyday life, right? So that's pretty cool to,
And I
to
mean,
recognize that.
it was honestly, I did have my regret, like, or not regrets. I was like kind of unsure if I wanted to do it when I started off. But now, like, getting out of the schooling and I'm actually in the field and you're getting to do the work and it's not all just math and this and that. It's really like it opens up a whole different page of just like the opportunities that you actually have, other than just being, because it really was just for me pretty much book work. You did labs and everything in class, but it was a lot of book work, right? So that's where it got me kind of like, oh, I wasn't thinking. And then it's, once you get into the actual field, it's great. Love it.
It's interesting you say, there's no more math. It's all math. You're doing math every day, except that you have
I do math every day, but it's like, it's just, head math, right? It's
well, you have a practical application to go with the theory, so it makes sense now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, you don't know until you go out and try something, right? And I really respect you for just, like I said, you're not sure, but who is sure, right?
Yeah,
Unless you start
exactly.
trying different things, you're not going to know. And
It
really,
never hurts.
It
Never hurts.
but life sort of begins after high school, right? You get
Oh,
through
yeah.
that, learn some basic skills in all different areas, and then you got to figure out what you want to do. And
Big time.
yeah, well, that's cool.
Big step.
I someday I'm going to get you to come with me, and we're going to go back to the high school, and you can share your story with them. And
Oh yeah, at BCIT there, or
yeah,
what?
yeah, sure. We'll go back into into the foundation program and just talk about life after high school, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely different.
Right on. Listen, I really appreciate your time today. We're gonna wrap this up. Unless, is there something else you want to share or with the viewers or?
Yeah, I mean, just definitely for anyone that's out there like looking and they're like worried about like, oh, like what's next for me or something like that. It's definitely something that you need to try. It's not school where you need to go there for like 4 years or something to get your bachelor's or degree, or I don't know how that stuff works. I'm in the trades, right? So I think you just gotta, if you really just give it a chance, it never hurts. It's only a couple weeks, right? And then you can go anywhere from there. You can really branch out. It really opens your horizon there.
I think that's really, really good advice. And you're just more or less telling people this is a good option. If you're not the person that wants to spend 4 years in university,
Yeah.
we need our professionals, but if that's not you and you don't want to accumulate a whole bunch of debt, trades is a good option. And the only way to know that is
I couldn't do it. Actually, my mom has her master's in science and she's a teacher with the school district actually. So she like, I could have gone that way. She actually did help me a lot because she's a math science teacher, right? So I got help in high school with math. So I actually did have that math skill, but I could not do school for that long. I couldn't sit still because I think I did have a little bit of ADHD, but I could not sit still for the life of me. And I needed to be like hands-on, right? It's the hands-on that really gets you. So I think there's a lot of people that should try it. I've actually been pushing it to some of my friends. I'm like, you got to try trades. And they're like, oh, I don't know if I'd like it. But yeah, I have a couple buddies that are in and they all really enjoy it. So,
it's not just the skills you learn, it's the whole camaraderie. I mean, construction people are pretty cool. They're down to earth and
hilarious. Like, I mean, the thing is, I get bored on the weekends now. I've been home for a week, it's nice. It's a break. But when you go to work and you're working with the guys, it's just like, I mean, sometimes you don't even realize you're working. You're having a good time. You're joking around. It's not like somewhere where you're just in a desk. It's all strict or something. It's, it's all like it's like a playground for adults almost. Like, everyone's
Awesome.
just doing their thing, having a good time. It's great. I actually really enjoy the trade.
Well, that's good advice you're giving people. And once again, I really appreciate your look on things and sharing that with us. And maybe we'll get together again and continue this down the road a bit and see how things are going.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be
Okay,
great.
man. Take care. Have a good day.
You too.